Hello Dota 2 fans, this is Chicago Ted coming back to you. I'm sorry I had to miss game one of this great series between Mid or Feed versus Puppy Paws, but I'm here, I'm good to go. So we're gonna go ahead and go in late and start on with game two. So, if you didn't catch my name, Chicago Ted, with my co-caster slash statsman Sir Rabbit Koala sitting in the corner here, gonna be dropping off some good stats about heroes, characters, and teams throughout the game, and hopefully it will pique your interest as much as you want. But I've been talking enough, let's go ahead and go on right into this draft here. And we see the Weaver being picked out by Mid or Feed. So picking out the Weaver, if you are watching the game preview of the previous game on my stream, you saw that the Weaver was picked out before, so they're going with similar stuff. Puppy Paws gonna go with their Shadow Demon pickup first, a hero that they're a little bit more comfortable with. They ran the Jakiro last game, and it wasn't something that they knew how to do very well, so they decided to give the Shadow Demon their old trick up their sleeve a shot, and that's how it's gonna go. And Shadow Demon, a really good disruption setup. So let's take a quick look at these bans before we continue on with the picks. Right now we have Treant and Darkseer banned out by the Puppy Paws. So those are two bans. Darkseer inherently tanky with some great abilities that almost destroy melee tanky heroes and heavy carries. So they might be, Mid or Feed might, Puppy Paws rather, might be going for those really tanky carries, maybe an Alchemist coming out, or a Tiny, or maybe even a Luna. They also banned out the Treant Protector because they want someone, they don't want the Treant dropping the living armor on whoever they want to fight and causing a little bit of trouble for them, as it makes ganks easy to turn around and easy to survive when you've got a Treant on your team, because you can just pop living armor off on you and you'll survive. The bans out from Mid or Feed are as follows: Wisp, Rubik, and Lifestealer. Lifestealer, a really nice carry to have. His main weakness is armor, so they might be going for some low armor heroes, and we see that right now with the Weaver and the Outer World Devourer. Weaver inherently getting a lot of armor later in the game because he's an agility hero, and agility does increase armor. Rubik also being banned out, a great setup, and Wisp is a very global hero. So looking onto these picks, well, first of all, Puppy Paws banning out the Gyrocopter. So a little bit of a late game. So again, they might be trying to pick up a good late game carry, and they're just looking to ban out people that might hinder that a little bit. Bounty Hunter being banned out by Mid or Feed. One hero that can do fairly well against a Weaver offlaner. Not incredibly well, but can hold his own and can basically do whatever Weaver does in his own little way, as well as get his team a little bit of extra farm, which is always appreciated. So taking a look on these picks here, looks like we see our clear mid heroes, Outer World Devourer versus a Puck. And whenever I see this, I get a little scared, because an Outer World Devourer pretty much destroys any conventional mid hero pretty handily. And he does this by using his second ability, his W ability, which is Astral Imprisonment, which not only disrupts you and has a really nice range, but it also steals intelligence. So Puck, who's an intelligence hero, his damage is based on his intelligence. If he gets drained out of that, then he's going to not do as much damage and get outlast hit by the Outer World Devourer, who's going to be increasing his intelligence as well. Well, and in turn, since he's an intelligence hero as well, he will be doing more damage. So it's almost like an enfeebled, let's say an enfeebled Mirana trying to last hit versus a Treant Protector with a Hyperstone. It's very difficult. Anyway, Shadow Demon, looking to be a safe laner, pairs up with Leshrac very well. They have great synergy together. So, all in all, we're seeing the makings of a good tri-lane here to try to combat this Weaver offlane. If there's any hero combination to do so, it's the Shadow Demon Leshrac. As the Shadow Demon, able to disrupt the Weaver before he scooches away, drop the Sentry Ward down, and if the Leshrac can time his Split Earth right after that disruption, then that Weaver, who's pretty squishy early game, will go down a few times. And that's kind of what you want to do. Is a snowballing Weaver, much like a snowballing Outer World Devourer, is very difficult to deal with. Puppy Paws banning out the wow, I cannot think of the name right now. Let's take a look at this. Juggernaut. Wow, I feel like a noob. I feel like a noob. Banning out the Juggernaut, which is a very nice hero to have. Not an incredibly good last hitter if he gets harassed out, but still has great abilities, can pretty much, he has his own built-in magic immunity, great damage, inherent crits, much like a Fam Assassin, not as powerful, but still very hard to deal with, especially if you're any sort of melee or ranged squishy hero. And so again, it looks like Puppy Paws are going to try to go for that late game carry, and especially if they're picking a safe lane tri-lane. Maybe a Spectre pickup we're going to see from them, but just like that, with a Weaver, Outer World Devourer, and Anti-Mage seems like almost the perfect thing to pick, especially versus a Shadow Demon, Puck, Leshrac, Anti-Mage, able to do a little bit of extra damage versus those heavy intelligence heroes, drain their mana, make them useless, and then the Mana Void, which will, and an AoE, mind you, wreck everything that the Anti-Mage drops it on. So right now, mid or feed, their lineup is looking very snowbally. If they don't get killed and they get a few extra early kills, first blood, and a lot of farm, they're going to be difficult to deal with in the later game. Outer World Devourer, his ultimate, Sanity's Eclipse, doing plenty of damage, and especially versus, well, not so much versus these int heroes, as they're going to be able to maintain or keep up with the intelligence gain of the Outer World Devourer, but with heroes like Kunkka, it's just going to drop fast. And as I say that, Kunkka being picked out, so it looks like they see the Anti-Mage and they see the Weaver and they're thinking, these heroes are going to try to blink away / scooch you away. Why don't we pick heroes that don't let them do that? And Kunkka, with his X marks the spot, is almost the natural pick for that, as well as Disruptor. But with Kunkka, you drop it on before, Disruptor you drop it on after, and X marks the spot really nice because if you chain your Surge with it, your Torrent with it, and then on top of that have a Ghost Ship land, you can kill pretty much any hero. And they may end up laning the Kunkka in the mid lane versus this Outer World Devourer, which I think would be a fairly smart idea. Keep the Outer World Devourer harassed off the lane with the Tidebringer, and then get X marks the spot and Surge or Torrent fast so that when you start ganking, you get kills off of it. And I hope that's what they do. The Puck is fairly proficient offlaner, but we're gonna have to wait and see. Mid or feed, picking up the Jakiro. So it looks like they're trying to assemble their tri-lane right now, and I imagine if Puppy Paws don't ban it out, a Bane's gonna be their last pick. They ran it the last game, they had a lot of success with it. So if again, if Puppy Paws don't ban out the Bane, which I'm really sure they should, instead they ban out the Lion.
Radiant team ban.
I don't think I agree with that one, but we're just gonna have to see how it works out for them. The Lion, another tri-laner hero, and does have an ultimate which can drop a lot of damage, but with an ultimate that can drop a lot of damage, you're facing two heroes that can dodge out the ultimate potentially. Shadow Demon able to defensively disrupt himself, and Puck with the phase shift. But of course, having a Bane, I would think the Bane would be the better ban out, but looks like mid or feed are going to ban out the Nature's Prophet. Look like they don't want to deal with split push. They are forfeiting a little bit of the early game. Weaver able to survive as well as Anti-Mage, but not doing too much damage until the late game happens. And if they get pushed down before they even get to the late game, then it's not going to be easy. And would you look at that, as I say that, it looks like Puppy Paws, oh man, they're going push. I didn't see this with the Leshrac, but you got the Leshrac with the Diabolic Edict, and then the Luna. If they run an offensive, a defensive tri-lane in the offensive position, Kunkka mid and a Puck in the offlane, or even Puck in the safe lane and run the offensive tri-lane, I think you can net a lot of kills. But right like that, mid or feed, going with the Warlock, a little bit of anti-push with that Golem, drop it down on anything and watch things burn to oblivion. And that's how it's going to go for them. So, banning, picking phase, drafting, all done. Let's go ahead and introduce our teams. We've got Kielbasa playing the puck. Superfluous on the Leshrac. Care Bear Dragon picking up the Luna. JS Chip on the Kunkka. And Masterman picking up the Shadow Demon. That's the lineup for Puppy Paws. Mid or feed, we got Gunslinger slinging the Weavers, Geminates, Scrab Lotto on the Warlock, Thino picking up the Outer World Devourer, and Mr. Fister on the Jakiro. And looks like our favorite stand-in, Mr. Webb, is going to be playing Anti-Mage safe lane. Playing a very decent Anti-Mage last game. If you didn't catch it, he had a lot of good control there. Was able to split push effectively. We're just gonna have to wait and see how he does at this game. And it looks like they are gonna run the offensive tri-lane with the Kunkka mid and the puck off lane. How good am I, guys? Did I not call it? I called it. Alright. So it looks like puck gonna be up against the Weaver, and the offensive tri-lane is going to be up against the likes of the Anti-Mage, the Warlock, and the Jakiro. And guys, I don't like the looks of this. Executed well, Puppy Paws could easily dominate this lane. And it's going to be a bit difficult for mid or feed to come back from a dominated Anti-Mage. And it looks like they're going to go on it right now. The disruption coming out of the Jakiro into the split earth, and he's going to be stunned out with the Ice Path. Going to catch all three, and he's going to be able to walk away halved in health. And not all that healthy. So, Ping's coming out. They did not block the ward. It looks like Shadow Demon is going to go back in and try to get it done. They saw all three there, so I'd be surprised if they didn't go for the Sentry Ward to de-ward it. But for right now, they don't have the money, they don't have it in the inventory, and they're just going to go ahead and let it happen. Pole Camp is blocked, and it looks like I'm looking at the tri-lanes right now, and this Anti-Mage is going to need the pulse. If he has to come up to the lane to last hit this far out, the Luna can get a few offhits, and just like that, disruption back out on the Warlock into the split earth. This is easy going to be first blood. There it is, going the way of the Luna, picking up an extra 400 gold. This is exactly what I was talking about with the tri-lane. They got to switch things up right now, or they got to really focus on playing defensively. A few disrupts and they're going to go down. Meanwhile, a little bit of aggression on the mid lane, and as I said, Kunkka, even though he's getting disrupted out, he's still doing 60 damage, still doing great damage with harass damage with that Tidebringer. And he's going to be able to keep his own in this lane, especially if he's able to pick up a bottle. Looks like Thino going to get off behind him, but not too much is going to come out of that. Puck doing fairly well versus the Weaver in the off lane. Shouldn't have too much of an issue. Can phase shift out those Gemini procs, and looks like the disruption again on the hero. Split Earth did not come out this time, and the Warlock getting the Fatal Bonds in. It looks like Anti-Mage teleporting in. Might get a few things off of this, but he's taking too much damage. Sits right in for a Split Earth and gets taken down by the Luna. Again, that's 2 kills for nothing. A minute and a half into this game for the Luna. She's sitting at 900 gold. Exactly what she wants to be right now. Looks like disruption out on the Kunkka, not going to amount to really anything. The bottle's going to come out for him, so get disrupted, fill up your mana, and then wait for the disruption to land off, and you basically healed all your mana. It's just fine for you. Shadow Demon waiting on the sidelines. He has another disrupt, and he has Soul Catcher. He could do whatever he wants right now, and they're going in, but mid or feed, keeping it smart, playing back, but this is going to mean a lot of farm that's not going their way. And with the pole camp gone, they can't pull it under tower. In fact, Anti-Mage is going to figure that out soon enough. So this tri-lane not going the way of mid or feed, but in all honesty, they didn't really have the lineup, and the disruption out on the Anti-Mage. This could be disastrous. If he goes down again, it looks like the Lucid Beam going to come out as well as the Splitter, but it's not going to do enough damage. He's going to teleport away with the Ice Path to pick it up, make sure they don't follow him. That's not the World Shadow Demon running out of mana. They're not going to be able to pick that again for another bit. And the salve going in on the Anti-Mage. It looks like Puck orbing in and doing plenty of damage to this Weaver. Actually getting out harassed and still out CSing the Puck, but if the Puck can pick up a kill on him solo, that'll be huge. Looks like the Luna doing what she can to harass. 2 points up in the Lucid Beam means she's going for Shotgun Luna. Not entirely damage Luna, but they both go kind of hand in hand. You can do both at the same time, but you have to really focus on either one of them for either one of them to be truly effective. I personally like the damage Luna, but of course, it all depends on the playstyle. And right now, I think the Lucid Beam Luna could be just what they need, as they really want that burst damage to happen before the Anti-Mage can blink away. Speaking of blink away, that's exactly what he did here, and it helped him out a little bit and blinked right into the ice path. So they have a little bit of longevity in this lane now, but with the disruption back off cooldown, they have enough mana. They could actually go in on Jakiro if they really wanted to, and they go in on the Anti-Mage. Not gonna do enough. He's gonna blink right on out. No, he doesn't have any mana, and the Shadow Ward to heal him up with a auto attack from the Shadow Demon, able to clean him right up. Kunkka gonna find himself a regen rune. So everything going their way early on in the game, picking up a 1,000 gold lead and about a 500 XP lead. Not too much, but as I say that, Weaver picking off the puck on the top lane. So the exact opposite of what I said, and it puts mid or feed right on the board. If there's one hero you do not want to slow down, it's that or do not want to snowball rather, it's the Weaver. He can teleport into your lane, and all of a sudden your offensive tri-lane needs to play on the defensive because you got a Weaver popping out 100 plus damage on you per auto attack, and you can't hit the damn thing. The little bug, you call the Exterminator, and he eats the Exterminator. But as noted, it looks like he didn't blink away, because what did he do versus a Shadow Demon? He skilled up Mana Break. And this is a huge no-no if anyone listening, if you're against the Shadow Demon or any illusion hero, Mana Break is a giant no-no. Because what's gonna happen? If you get disrupted, guess what all those little illusions that spawn around you are gonna do? They're gonna destroy your mana. It looks like Shadow Demon rotating in, gonna find the Outer World Devour, and the Surge gonna land just on time in a few attacks. He disrupts himself with Astral Imprisonment, but it's not enough. Only a few more attacks. No! The Shadow Demon turns around. They might get it, but they're gonna have to dive heavy under tower. They do. Shadow Demon taking the aggro and is gonna give the kill to Kunkka. Sitting in there for good XP, and that's exactly what he wants. Keep getting up levels in those skills, and right off the bat, if you get Soul Catcher in on this Anti-Mage, not only is he gonna get his mana burned away, but he's gonna be taking almost full damage from the illusions, and this Anti-Mage isn't gonna live very long. So I would think at this point on, Shadow Demon knows Anti-Mage is a target because he's 2 up in his mana break, and he's gonna be an easy target from here on out. So we'll just see how he reacts to this. If he skills any more up in mana break, or if he decides to play it safe and not do that at all. It looks like taking a few auto attacks from the Leshrac, and I put him back on the wave a little bit. Doesn't have any much regen, so, but still finding his last hits. Only 10 and 0 right now, and nowhere close to a Ring of Health. 7 minutes into the game, the score is 1-4 in the favor of Puppy Paws. And we look at the golden XP graph sitting 2k in each respect. It looks like Mr. Fister gonna get himself caught out completely here. The Surge Torrent happening right on time. The Ice Path keeping him alive a little bit. But the Luna able to pick up the kill on the Lucid Beam. And 5-1 off the bat. So 7 minutes in, they can go ahead and try to push a tower. Get some extra gold. They're right now 4 in a lane though, so I would think they need to either push a tower or spread back out and keep the Luna on her farm. Already got a Ring of Aquila and sitting on a Ring of Health, so she's going to be picking up a Tranquil Boots, pair of Tranquil Boots sometime soon. And Puck getting harassed pretty heavily by this Weaver, who's out CSing her by 10 last hits. And again, here's a Diabolic Edict doing great work. You should usually save that until after you see the glyph, but of course you could easily hold the glyph until the Diabolic Edict comes out. It makes really no difference. The tower is going to go down anyway, but it's the little things. It's the little things, and it looks like Outer World Devour trying to turn it right around on mid and trade the mid tier 1 tower, and it looks like he might get it. Teleports need to come out right now, and here comes Kunkka getting it off, and he's going to be able to defend the tower. So some good things coming out from Puppy Paws, good plays, good harass, and overall well playing their lane really well. They knew exactly what the strengths of their lane was, and they're playing it off incredibly well. And it looks like they're just going to try to find the anti-mage and take the anti-mage out. Anti-mage rotating in top. They could easily turn this right around. If they all rotate up and gank top right now, I'm pretty sure they could take out the Weaver. Instead, it looks like they're going to try to go in on this Outer World Devourer. Might even just go in for the mid-tier 1 tower. Tier 2 is pushed up to the tier 2 in the bottom lane. So they got plenty of time. Top tier 1 has nothing to worry about, sitting on full health. They're going to go in and go ahead and push. And right now with the Jakiro and the Outer World Devourer, the only ones defending it, they have plenty of time. And the AM looks like he's in a little bit of trouble with the Puck able to get an illusory orb out, but Anti-Mage knows this, and he's going to go ahead and pull on back Kilbasa. Going to do what he can with no mana. And it looks like, yep, this lane's going to get pushed in mid. The glyph isn't up, so the Diabolic Edict is going to rip through that tower, and so he's going to queue it up right now, and we're going to see this tower drop like a fly. We've got almost no time at all. The disruption coming out on the Outer World Devourer, but the Soul Catcher hits a creep. It doesn't matter. The boat comes in from the Kunkka, hits dead on, and they're able to take the kill. Weaver caught a little bit out. He's sitting behind the tower, and Sakuchi actually doing a lot of damage to this Luna. She's taking a few from the Geminate, but he walks right into a Split Earth. Soul Catcher isn't there, off cooldown. Instead, a Shadow Poison goes out, and a Sentry Ward goes down. Right? Oh, but it's in range of the tower. They see it, and that's 200 gold, or 100 gold down the drain. Puck not sitting in enough health. She does have the bottle in, though, and she's going to just go ahead and crow that and try to get some harass out on the Anti-Mage. Meanwhile, tower sitting relatively low. And despite being pushed back by the Weaver, they still have another go at this tower. In fact, they have as much time as they need. Luna should start focus on getting Moonglaze up and start working on really flash farming right now, because she's still in the early game gank phase, and she's gonna get caught out pretty heavily. A defensive disruption into an eclipse, but it's not gonna do enough damage, and she's gonna go down. Shadow Team not able to save her, and in fact, Weaver's going to go in on him and going to die behind the tower and get the kill. Leshrac also subject to going down. Weaver going to go ahead and pillow a triple kill in on this mid lane, and this is exactly what they don't want. Weaver cannot snowball in this game. If they give him too much room, he's going to go ahead and do that. Kunkka, though, taking the time to rotate up top and try to trade a tower. And it's going down really fast. Tier 1 mid, not going down fast enough. And Care Dragon going to rotate into the bottom lane and try to get some more farm. As I said, he's still in the early game gank phase. And what that means is if they focus him down, he's not getting out, because his build is built around him not being the subject of too much aggression. And if they didn't win that lane, I'd be rather surprised, because picking up the Anti-Mage is a really greedy way to say, we're giving up this lane for you. And in fact, Weaver going to come in and going to get a kill up on Kunkka as a Sakuchi out of the Dream Coil. And in fact, Kunkka going to do what he can to try to bottle up, but he's going to go under tower. Only one Geminate proc to kill him. One last auto attack, and the Weaver is going to get the kill. In fact, he's going to go right in on Puck. And the Ice Path going to try to catch on the Puck, with the Puck not able to do anything. One more phase shift is all he needs, but no, Sakuchi coming in, finishing him off. And the Gunslinger picking up 5 kills for his team in almost no time at all. In fact, the Weaver's got every kill. He's sitting on every single kill of his team. So it looks like Meta Feed isn't quite out of this game just yet. And top tower getting denied. One more Lucent Beam on the Anti-Mage, but instead the Mechanism gonna heal him up. That's a fairly early mech. One more, the Lucent Beam can come out. He just needs to turn around to get it. I think he can perfectly survive this over Outer World Devourer. In fact, Anti-Mage is being really greedy. If they find him, no, they drop the rock. Just drop the Lucent Beam. Get the return kill. Get the return kill, Luna. Do it. Turn around. Drop it. There it is. Picks up the Anti-Mage. Gets killed, but doesn't matter, because the Kunkka coming in, dropping the boat, and trying to avenge her. But it ain't gonna happen. She goes down, but trades the Anti-Mage with her, and It's exactly what she wants to do. Keep the Anti-Mage from getting farmed. The Weaver can snowball out of control, but if the Anti-Mage starts going, then you're going to have a real tough time. But Weaver picking up almost another kill. It looks like Shadow Demon going to take a ton of damage from this Golem and the Astral Imprisonment. And out on the Leshrac, Weaver diving way behind tower. And Leshrac way out of position. The TP supports are coming in, but he's taking a lot of damage from their Arcane Orb. Luna trying to do what she can in the ultimate. The Sandy's Eclipse coming out, but missing the Leshrac, and the Leshrac's going to walk right away. And in fact, the Eclipse going to finish off the Outer World Devourer. Puck teleporting in with the Illusory Orb, and is going to get the Waning Rift to finish off the Jakiro. And Weaver just barely getting out of that, picking up 6 of the 7 kills, and he hasn't gone down once. 2k gold. Really look at the graphs, and even though Puppy Paws has given up a little bit, they've still got the advantage right now, and they need to push this. Get a tower. He drops the Lucent Beam out on the Weaver, and it looks like the Weaver going AFK for a little bit. One more Lucent Beam, and that Weaver could very well go down. He took damage from the Tidebringer a lot, and the TP support from the Outer World Devourer. He doesn't have a Force Staff right now, so he's not going to be able to get up and get the Astral Imprisonment out on the Luna just yet, and they're able to pick up the deny. So that's 2 towers denied and 1 tower down for the Radiant team. Meanwhile, middle tower is the only thing that's fallen on the Dire side, and it's exactly what they want right now. Every tower means free gold for this Anti-Mage who's sitting down with nothing right now. It doesn't look like he has, he's got no part of his Battle Fury right now at 15 minutes. I don't think he should even go for a Battle Fury at this point. Try to rush your power treads and then get a Basher up, because right now your Weaver's doing plenty of snowballing for the both of you, and it's going to be all you need at this point. 5 grouping up a top tower. Do they know that this Warlock's walking right through? He does have Golem up in 20 seconds, so by the time they reach this tower, it's going to be plenty of time for him to drop the Golem. And Fatal Bond's Golem is always a combo you want to go for. Maybe Shadow Word on yourself if you almost died getting the combo off, but for the most part, you get the Fatal Bonds off on the enemy, then drop the Golem. It's almost like dropping the bass in a Skrillex song. Nothing is ever the same, and it looks like Illusory Orb into a Waning Rift. Beautiful Dream Coil catching 3 in the boat. Completely missing, but it's not going to matter as Jakiro goes down. Leshrac goes down. Outer World Devourer does fall, and the Weaver's the only one to survive this fight as he's slippery enough to get away.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
And he's sitting really close to that, to the Lincoln Sphere, which is going to be really nice for him, able to dodge out the Luna's Lucent Beam. Aside from that, though, there really aren't that many target spells except for the Disruption from Shadow Demon, which is incredibly useful if they can get it off. If the Lincoln Sphere goes down the Weaver, they lose a big opportunity to try to get early kills on him. So they gotta try to focus him down right now and then. Looks like Kunkka gonna be the subject of a little bit of aggression. The Ice Path a little short and does miss him, but the Weaver is not done there. In fact, he is. He pulls right on back, and Luna pushing out the bottom wave while Anti-Mage split pushes mid. And he's gonna do just that. He's gonna go for the power treads, cut back, not even try for the Battle Fury, and maybe pick up a Basher. Basher, Manta Style, anything you really need right now. Right now, 4 grouping up at top. And it looks like Luna does not have any TP scroll, so if they get aggressive, Luna cannot be there. And there is a haste room, which might help her get up a little bit faster, but at the same time, Outer World Devourer pushing in the mid lane. And it looks like Disruption on the Weaver. And they drop the rock to try to save him, but the Weaver, unstoppable streak, does go down. With that Sentry Ward, they were able to get the Disruption off, and they were able to continue to focus him down, and that's exactly what happened. And even though the rock dropped, the Weaver was already dead, and that's 600 gold bounty. If for those who don't know, with the recent update, wait, hold that thought. It looks like Outer World Devourer up a little bit far ahead. They've got everyone coming in, especially the Luna with the haste rune. He is most certainly going down. They're going to spot him out. The Lucent Beam going to happen. The Astral Imprisonment not going to be enough as the Illusory Orb into the jaw, and the Torrent isn't on time. But they drop the Sanity's Eclipse, and it doesn't pick up anyone. In fact, it only wastes the cooldown, as they're going to be able to pull right on back. continue to regen up and get ready for this push on mid. Without the Auto Devour, it's not going to be as easy. Weaver still close to his Lincoln Sphere, but not going to get it as early as he was, and Shouty going to get lucky and pick up a regen rune. In fact, he is not. He's going to go back to base, and Kunkka's going to pick up the regen rune. Alright, Anti-Mage trying to split push on bottom. He picks up the Ring of Health. He's still going for a Battle Fury. I don't know if I agree with this right now, guys. Battle Fury means that you're giving yourself 10 extra minutes to farm the jungle. But right now, Carabao Dragon's almost got his BKB. And you've got a team that's as strong as it'll ever be right now. As Outer World Devourer only going to get stronger, Weaver only going to get stronger. They're going to continue to push on. If the Anti-Mage dedicating himself to really getting farm, he's not taking part in these team fights. And I said the Weaver had enough snowball for the both of them. Well, the Weaver's got to be gaining a ton of speed to give the space for this Anti-Mage. And since he went down, I don't think it's going to be there. I could be wrong, but it's not looking too good. Anti-Mage, I don't think he should go for the Battle Fury. And it looks like this the dust coming out on the Weaver, and the Split Earth gonna fall, but the Ice Path turning it right around the Dual Breath. Weaver gonna try to do as much as he can. It looks like Demonic Purge gonna keep him out for a little bit. And the boat gonna hit, but the Shadow Word keeping him up. Torrent keeping the Jakiro from teleporting on out of there. And the time lapse still is available on the Weaver, but the dust wears off. He doesn't exactly need it. He can pick up his Perseverance, and then it's only a little bit of gold until he gets his Lincoln Sphere. Anti-Mage making good progress towards his Battle Fury, as he's 400 gold away from the Void Stone. He can pick up his Broadsword if he wants to, and Puck hot on Weaver's trail. They know he has the Invis rune, but they don't exactly know where he is. And Luna just gonna sit up ahead and farm. The Weaver looks like he's gonna go in. He's sitting behind, and he does. He drops his little gremlings there, his swarm, and it's still eating away at Luna. Her Moonglaze are gonna take that debuff off for a little bit though. And my pop-up's getting cut off a little bit on the edge, so I can't see exactly what the whole thing is. Quick request to my statsman, Sir Rabbit Koala. You've been dropping great stats, but something like a quick little hyphen or two at the end of each number that you type will give me plenty of space to be able to read it and for my viewers to read it. Val, please fix exactly. But the Puck trying to go in, but not exactly being good. He gets the Waning Rift off, but what does it do? Time-lapsing out the Eclipse, and the Sanity's Eclipse doing plenty of work, but instead the Outer World Devourer is going to go down. And a turnaround, the Luna picking up the Weaver as well, sitting on 1 HP. But that was probably just because of the boat, taking her down to nothing.
Radiant's bottom tower
And they're going to go in and put some aggression on this bottom tower. Do they have a mech up to heal themselves? No, but the Luna does have Tranquil Boots still available. And Leshrac going to go ahead and try to stop up the Anti-Mage. He picks up his Perseverance. The Split Earth not exactly going where he wants it to go. And it looks like Anti-Mage being aggressive on the Leshrac, but the Leshrac too tanky right now, and he's going to be able to walk away. Battle Fury still isn't out on the Anti-Mage, doing the +10 from the Perseverance, but aside from that, nothing much.
Radiant's top tower is under
Still,
attack.
He's getting a little bit of farm, but that Perseverance isn't going to be an end-all for him. It's not going to make him hit any really any harder than he is right now, save a little bit extra damage. All in all, he needs some real big items up fast, so he's got to pick up that Battle Fury and then duck into the jungle. And right now, Radiant supports, they got to go ahead, dip into the jungle, and stack up as many camps for him as possible. And right now, nothing's stacked for him. And we've set the estimated Battle Fury at 28 minutes, which is 12 minutes after the when you should get it. I don't know what the average Battle Fury time is, but we can start trying to record those stats as we cast games. Maybe take down times for Battle Furies and start calculating averages. You know what? I think that's going to be a good idea. We'll keep an eye on him. We'll time out when he gets the Battle Fury, and we'll get a few averages. But just like that, Anti-Mage, without any with assistance, is able to pick up a kill on the Puck, and that's going to accelerate his Battle Fury a little bit more. In fact, he's sitting 800 gold away from it. I now put the estimate at about 25 minutes. especially if they're able to pick up this tower. It looks like the rotation's up top. They do have teleportation scrolls, but as of right now, they're just gonna walk up. Weaver's the only one left, and this could be problematic. Does Weaver have his Lincoln Sphere? He does not. He's still a little bit away from the Lincoln Sphere. Actually, he's gonna pick it up in the next couple of seconds. In fact, here it is, Lincoln Sphere, 23 minutes and 50 seconds. And we'll take that time down and start gaining some averages out for you guys. Alright. So Split Earth coming out, but completely missing his mark. I guess he expected the Weaver to Sakuchi on back, but instead, it looks like the Grub is going to finish it up, but not before the Weaver goes down himself, and JS Chip picking himself up a mega kill streak. So putting themselves where they want to go right now. Getting themselves in a good position. We're going to take a quick look at the golden XP graphs. Puppy Paws still down with a good advantage, and it looks like Shakiro sitting up behind the Luna. He's waiting alone. He's got two on the sidelines. All he has to do is drop his Ice Path, and there it is. Right on target. The Golem doesn't change, so if Luna has any option to get away, it's now. She does have her BKB, and her Eclipse is coming out, but it's not doing enough damage. The mech healing them all up. The boat a little late. The Luna, her BKB ending right now. She's going to get stunned up by the Kunkka, able to pick up a kill on his own on the Warlock. The disruption, though, coming out both from the Kunkka and the Shadow Demon, and they're both probably going to go down here as Kunkka taking a little bit of damage. No, he's got the Shadow Blade. He's going to get out despite taking an Ice Path. It looks like Shadow Demon also. No, he doesn't get away. The blink up into the last hit by the Anti-Mage. And it's 25 minutes. He's got enough money to pick up his Battle Fury. Weaver able to pick up the Kunkka, who Shadow Bladed away, but the Weaver knew exactly where he was going, and the Leshrac himself gonna fall to an auto attack from the Outer World Devourer. Huge 4-man swing going the way of mid or feed. And ironically, it wasn't in the mid lane. So they're gonna go ahead, and they're gonna take a tower. And Anti-Mage picked up his Battle Fury buy time at about 25 minutes and 50 seconds. So a whole 10 minutes after the acceptable Battle Fury pickup time. And not exactly what he wants, but his team is giving him a lot of space right now. And in fact, they're going right in after this tier 2 tower. The pushing lineup has become the push lineup, as all Luna can do is sit in the jungle and try to farm up. She does have her Helm of the Dominator, though, so she's going to start stacking the Ancient Camps. So right now, she does have a double stack. The TP's coming in, but not before they take out the tower. The Weaver getting disrupted out as they have the Shadow, the Sentry Ward. The Weaver being found out. The Soul Catcher going in on him. Is doing a lot of damage, and one last auto attack could be enough. No, it's not going to be enough. He's going to stay alive. No, he goes down to Shadow Poison, and they pick up the Jakiro and the Outer World Devourer in due time. The Torrent missing with the Lucent Beam, giving him a little bit of space, and the blink up into the Illusory Orb is going to do enough damage just to pick up a few last hits on him, and the auto attacks falling true and giving them the kill. So just like that, Puppy Paws able to get 4 kills back for themselves. Losing a tier 1 and tier 2 in the process, though. And I am all out of water, so I'm going in dry, guys. So Battle Fury out on the Anti-Mage, and he's going to start split pushing like an absolute monster. Puppy Paws ran out there welcome. They don't have the tower advantage despite having the tower pushing lineup. Just go for it. Pick up a tower. They're down 1. Instead, they go for Roshan. I actually agree with this as a ancient or a Aegis of the Immortal out on the Luna is going to mean the world to them. If the Luna can go in and initiate, go down, and then come back. They've already used their spells, so she doesn't have to really worry about too much damage. Even so, she can pop her BKB, and then, as they're doing Roshan, the rock drops an Anti-Mage, picking up the Shadow Demon on the background, gets the Mana Void out on the Leshrac, and is able to pick up 2 with the puck, And it looks like triple kill, double kill out. But Kunkka gets one hit off with his Torrent, his Piebringer. And is able to pick up a few more kills. Luna does not have her Aegis the Immortal just yet. They're able to pick up the Luna as well as she disconnects. And instead, looks like Kunkka trying to save himself, but Weaver and Theno, Gunslinger and Theno, going to go in and finish off Roshan. Huge swing again in the way of mid or feed as they pick up the kill, they pick up the team fight, and they're going to get Roshan as a trophy. They knew exactly what was going on. They reacted accordingly. And what a way to do it. They go in, they drop the rock, and as everyone inside the everyone in here stunned out. It's not letting me draw right now, so oh, it is. It's just not showing up on the map because it's paused. So everyone in this area right now was completely stunned out. And on this back foot, Shadow Demon was left alone to try to fight the Animage. And what happened? Animage took right on cue, right? Animage took a few hits, and then gave all of them right back to Shadow Demon. Except Shadow Demon was the one to take more damage, and they get the kill. So, unfortunately, Care Bear losing out. And it looks like the whole fight went down when Luna was not connected. So, an unfortunate event for Puppy Paws, but now they're going to be playing on the back foot as Weaver and Outerworld Devourer is going to give Roshan and mid or feed, asking for a remake. And they're just going to go with it. Unfortunately, not exactly what they want coming from this game, but on a game that takes place mostly online, with the online or with the internet being as unstable as it is, you can't really rely completely on it. Weaver spotting out the ancient stack, and it looks like Outerworld Devourer did see it, so they know it's there. And Luna can try to go to farm it, but they'll probably drop the ward down to block it from stacking anymore, and to see what when she's going in for it. But again, unfortunate turn of events, dropping in favor heavily of mid or feed. And the Weaver's going to go in and probably take out this bottom tier 2 tower. No, 2 men's rotating in bottom. And the disruption can't come out on him. And they're going to take out Luna's stacking creep. Instead, the disruption going down him. He already had the Lincoln Sphere wasted there. But the Soul Catcher is going to hit. But they're not going to be able to follow up. And Luna coming back in just to push out mid lane. If they're to do anything right now, they gotta push. An anti-mage is going to punish them for push. So they're in a corner right now. The cat has become the mouse, and the mouse is biting hard. In fact, anti-mage already half up in this lane. He's got his Mithril Hammer, so he could be going for a BKB quite soon. If not, he could go for a Basher if he wanted to. No, sorry. Basher does not build from a Mithril Hammer. That is my fault. That is an Ogre Club if I'm not mistaken. But he's going to go ahead and push out, and they can't do little but try to split up, try to take him out, and it's just going to mean that they can't push towers of their own. And as it's happening, bottom lane is getting pushed by the Weaver. And 3 people in to try to take the try to use the Weaver as bait. But Luna's going to go ahead and say, no, I want this ancient stack. You guys took the creep, so I'm going to take the stack. And that's 3 stacks of ancients going down. A lot of XP and gold. She's at level 17. Let's see where she goes. Actually doesn't pick up a level. It looks like Animage going to go ahead and try to finish off the stack. Doesn't get the kill on on some of the creeps. Gets one though. In fact, Luna going to go in and drop the Eclipse. And it looks like the Animage going to go down to it in an auto attack. But he does not have the Aegis. Luna going down to her own respect in the boat. Hits on 3. The Dream Coil out. Does enough to finish off the Outerworld Devourer. And Puck going to phase shift at the last auto attack. But Kunkka doing plenty of work here in this fight. Looks like Weaver, though, going to pick up a kill as in his own and might even get one on Shadow Demon as well, and he's too slippery right now. And he does have the Aegis of the Immortal, so if he even goes down, no, he's going to pick up the Leshrac. No, Leshrac getting a good Diabolic Edict as well as Death Pulse Nova is able to take him down while he's invis. And that's his Aegis wasted. That was a 5-man wipe, if you count Aegis as a wipe and Aegis as a life. And on top of that, they only lost 3, but they lost 3 important heroes. Kunkka staying alive throughout all that. And is going to be able to finish his Crystallis, making him a beast in these fights, dropping down a ton of burst damage at the start. And Weaver going to utilize his only one left alive and full health to his advantage. Going to push out the bottom tier 2. Glyph is going to be used. They're going to try to go in on him. The teleport's coming in. They do have the Sentry Ward. And he's going to back right on off. He does have this Desolator though right now. Animage picking up Boots of Travel. So they're going whole on Rat Dodo here. And I said the cat became the mouse, or the whatever I said. The cat became the mouse, and the mouse became the cat, and whatever is biting hard, well, the mouse, it's not a mouse, it's a rat. And the rat's pushing all the waves at the same time. And I have the need to say turn the bagel into the breadstick, just because I hear AAC saying it a lot, and I feel like it's a fun saying to say. So I'm just going to say it. And I did. And I'm proud of myself. I'm happy. My day has been made, guys. You can tell. There's a lot of hype for this next fight, as it could go either way, really. All the team fights so far have either gone in the way of Mid or Feed or in the way of Puppy Paws, and we're just going to have to see if they can just win this next fight. They're going to catch out the Anti-Mage. If they can get a good few stuns out on him, he does have Boots of Travel, and the Eclipse does come out, but the Dire's Courier falls in the meantime. And Anti-Mage on a full-out run. He's going to blink on into the woods with the Boots of Travel. He should be fine. The Splitter coming and missing. And Weaver getting caught next to the base. Luna gonna drop the Lucent Beam, but either got disconnected because of the Weaver anymore, or realized he had the Lucent Beam and figured it was gonna be a waste of mana. I think the former, but in the meantime, Jakiro sitting way out far ahead. They catch him when he's warding, so they know the ward's there. They can go ahead and de-sentry that, or de-ward that whenever they want, and they pick up the kill. So now it's a 4v5 into the next fight, and they need to go ahead and try to counter push up these towers. Weaver sitting back in the top lane and can just do whatever he wants right now. And I've said it a few times and I've kind of understood it, but now I get where Puppy Paws comes from. Puppy Tactical Paws. And that's kind of cute way of saying it, I guess. Alright, so a little bit of a lull in the action going on here. Let's take a look at the XP graphs. Mid or Feed, for the first time in a half an hour, they pull the lead in gold into their advantage. XP though, staying in the way of Puppy Paws as it has been all game. And I imagine it's going to stay that way for a little bit. Weaver trying to get a kill in on the Luna, but he's going to get Lucent Beamed out, which is going to pop the linkage so they can get disrupted. Soul Catcher out on him. He's going to time lapse out of there, but another Lucent Beam drops in the dust out. X marks the spot, pulling him right back into where he needs to be. And JS Chip picking up a godlike Stree as he gets the crit proc out on the Weaver to finish the job. And Tidebringer bringing this wave down pretty much, and Anti-Mage sitting relatively low, but he picks up his BKB, which is exactly what he wants. So, again, let's go back and let's take a look at some items out here. We see the mech up for the Outer World Devourer. He did pick up his 4-staff, sitting on an Overclub, gonna get a BKB rather soon. Scrablado on the Warlock, gonna have an Aghanim Scepter up. Gunslinger, Lincoln Sphere Desolator. Mr. Fister picking up a mech of his own with Arcane Boots. And a Web. Got his Boots of Travel, got his Battle Fury, now he just picked up a BKB. And we look at Dire's items and we see they have some pretty good stuff themselves. Kunkka sitting on Shadowblade Crystallis. Luna got her BKB and gonna get a Mantis style quite soon. The Rock getting dropped on no one. It looks like the Golem just doing damage. Use your Demonic Purge, dude. You can take out the Golem instantly. No, they want the gold bounty from it. Luna picks up the gold bounty. The Macro Pyre being used in under the tower. The Ice Path catching Luna. And there's 3 out alone. The Split Earth, beautiful hitting too. And the Luna pops the BKB, pops her Eclipse. She's going to go in, doing plenty of damage with the Warlock, not taking any of that. Takes 2 odd hits. Couldn't 3 and he'd have been down. Shadow Word to keep him up for a little bit. The disruption going down the Luna, keeping him alive for a little bit. But Kunkka bringing in the Tidebringer to finish him off. But meanwhile, Luna able to fall. And it looks like Kunkka, his godlike streak, beyond godlike streak, going down to the Weaver, dropping 970 gold. And the Weaver going to take out the Shadow Demon as well.
Killing spree.
And Gunslinger picking up himself a triple kill. They did pick up a tower in that fight. But Tier 3 is going to be under attack, but they overstayed their welcome a little bit and they paid for it. Despite having all the ultimates wasted, they felt like they were comfortable enough trying to go in up into where the high ground was. And instead what happened was they were able to focus them off one by one, take out the Luna, then take out the Kunkka. And then what do you have left? You have 3 supports, 3 relatively squishy supports if you call Pucka support. That the Weaver can easily clean up, and that's exactly what he did. And now he's got a haste rune. Well, he did have a haste rune. He's going to go ahead and push up this top lane, and Puck can do little but sit and watch. So we take a look at the golden XP graph again. And now it's going and spiking a little bit in the favor in both respects. I imagine the gold graph is going to go up, or the XP rather, is going to go up above the 0 line rather soon. And once that happens, Puppy Paws are in a serious position where they have to really focus and pick their fights well, or they're not going to be able to win them. Anti-Mage pushing out top, but as they've learned, you need some sort of silence on him. But then he can just BKB it right now. So Anti-Mage in a great position to keep himself alive right now. He's just going to go ahead and farm some Ancient stacks. Sitting at 2.5k gold right now, and they're finally decentering that ward that Jakiro put up. So we take a look, and Anti-Mage pulling himself back into this game, and rather strong too. Luna, though, with her Manta style, is going to be a little bit tougher to fight. Possibly picking up a Butterfly next, and hopefully after that, some sort of extra lifesteal like a Satanic. I would go for the Butterfly first, pick up your damage, as Satanic isn't going to really help you when you get Sanity's Eclipse down this far into the game. And Roshan is up. Are they going to decide to go for it? There is no vision on Radiant's side, but they can pretty much assume when they see Luna leave the lane and go in towards the Ancients. And it looks like Luna gonna go ahead and clear up the Ancients. So Jakiro checking out Roshan. And they're gonna try to go on this Anti-Mage. He's got 50 seconds till his boots of travel come in. They gotta change something hard though. And here comes the Puck with the waning rift, sorry, and the demonic purge going right through that BKB, slowing him down. But he's gonna be able to get away with the ice path, and then the rock has been dropped with the Sanity's Eclipse on top of that. But there is BKB on 2 of them, and the Mana Void not doing quite enough. They're able to turn around and get a few damage to Weaver, doing far too much. Weaver ends up going down his own, but Puck's gonna be the casualty in all this. No, he phase shifts out, and they're able to turn around right on this Warlock. Kunkka buying back, and it looks like Luna gonna pick up a double damage rune and gonna continue on this chase and try to get some push in. No, she's gonna go straight for Roshan, and plenty of damage coming out of Roshan. Almost doing a 20th of his health per hit. And all OD can do is wait patiently on the sidelines.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Creep wave on its own is pushing into Radiant's top tower, and it looks like the siege creep actually could finish him off. They get the wave, and they're gonna go in. This tower is dead if they don't defend it or glyph it right now. A few more attacks, and it goes down. Meanwhile, Admiral Devourer getting himself way out of position here near the Roshan pit, and he's gonna go down. So we see Anti-Mage getting great CS right now, but all in all, we see how that Battle Fury doing plenty, where he got it at 25 minutes, and now he's looking right now where he should have been at 30 minutes. Delaying that Battle Fury 10 minutes makes a big deal in these games, but from this point on, he's going to start snowballing hard, and it's up to Puppy Paws to really focus down, hunker down, grab your, grab a few more towers. Maybe push in for the racks. You do have the, I guess, the Immortal out on the Luna, and you've almost got her butterfly, sorry. So we're looking, drums and mechanism finally up on the Leshrac. I mentioned a while ago they were as powerful as they were ever going to be. Well, I think right now they're reaching one of their peaks. And then this peak is going to be the Rax peak. If they don't Rax during this, if they don't put plenty of pressure out on this Anti-Mage, they're not going to be able to pull the game together. As this Anti-Mage, again, going to constantly get more and more strong. And once the Weaver and the Anti-Mage both pick up Battle of Butterflies, you got to start putting money in towards either a Hex or an MKB. And Luna instead picking up a Glove of Haste. She's going to go for power trades, finally dropping her Tranquil Boots. And I honestly think she should have done that at least 10 minutes ago, but there's no, the only bad time to upgrade your Tranquil Boots is at the end of the game, when the game's already over. So it looks like Weaver gonna split push as best he can, and Anti-Mage not finding the Ancient stack, but he does find one camp, and they're gonna go ahead and try to counter push this bottom racks. No, they're gonna go in and defend mid, and it looks like Kunkka sitting way out ahead with his Shadow Blade. They could catch out the Anti-Mage, but no, he's able to TP right on out to the top lane with his Boots of Travel. And a huge wave going in to the bottom racks, but they see the Weaver, and they're going to go right in. A 1x marks the spot right now, but no, they go ahead and teleport, and they miss on an important kill that they could have gotten. Instead, they're going to go ahead and defend the tower, which they probably could have defended the tower anyway and gotten the kill on the Weaver, but instead they go for the tower alone. And hey, better nothing. Better get the tower saved and get nothing out of it. Lose the kill and the tower, so whatever floats your boat, and Leshrac gonna go ahead and defend top lane. Mid or feed starting to hit, get really, really strong as it looks like Warlock picking up his Aghanim Scepter. We see the CS board, Anti-Mage, constantly pulling himself farther and farther in farm, but we're just going to have to wait and see whether or not he can do anything about it. He is getting a Butterfly. In fact, he got his Butterfly, and Weaver almost got, they both got their Butterfly. And it looks like Luna still sitting a relatively large chunk of gold away, so despite starting it earlier, she's going to pick it up much later than both of them, and that's not what she wants. Does she have anything in courier or any stash? She does not, so she's going to be in a bit of trouble. If these auto attacks, which are doing their main source of damage, if they don't hit, then they're not going to be doing enough, and this Anti-Mage has more and more chance to get away. But just as that happens, Kunkka picking up his Daedalus. All he needs is one hit, one kill on this Tidebringer, ignoring all armor. And they're grouped up as 5 in the mid lane. Anti-Mage, though, already used his Boots of Travel, so he's not in this fight. They pinged him out. They know he's not there. They could try to get the fight, win the fight, and trade the racks if they wanted to. But I don't think they're going to win this fight. No, Puck goes in and then gets the Dream Coil out on just the Jakiro, but he gets defensively disrupted out, and the Rock's going to drop 2 gold and sitting everywhere, and the Ice Path does come out, but they still pick up the Jakiro, and they get the tower. And Anti-Mage going to have to walk back. The Weaver taking a lot of damage. They're going to go ahead and push the tower. No, Weaver doing plenty of damage with the armor reduction. They're going to get her back, and the Sentry Ward sitting in range of the tower is going to get taken out. They're still going, though. And Anti-Mage is here to defend, but they don't have the Jakiro. They don't have some of their anti-push. And instead, this tower going to drop really fast. BKB is being used on the Anti-Mage. He teleports right on it in. And Sandy's Eclipse hitting on 2. And they are able to pick up the Kunkka almost immediately with the Luna sitting on her Aegis the Immortal. She's going to go right back in, but the defensive or the offensive disruption going to go in on her. And she's going to go right on in, pop the Mana Style. She wants this tower. She hits the Eclipse, but there's too many creeps in the way. And the Lucent Beam not doing quite enough. but instead, this Rax could be going down the cliff, going up, and there's a lot of people alive. She could just be trying to suicide the Rax, and she could very well. There's already at half HP, but this teleport's coming in. The Weaver's coming in. The Ice Path, the Disruption to finish it off, and she's going to get caught out behind all these heroes. The BKB just trying to get her away, but the Anti-Mage is going to be able to push up, and the Weaver doing plenty of damage, and it looks like Yule Scepter out on her. She's not getting out alive. But she does have buyback, so she buys back into the game, and they're not able to pick up Rax, but they do get the tower down, so if they win this next fight, that's most certainly Rax, and that's one step closer to winning this game. Though, to win this game, you still gotta do two things. You gotta kill the Weaver, and you gotta kill the Anti-Mage. And right now, they're doing neither of them. In fact, their tier 2 tower in mid lane is coming under fire right now, as four pushing in to fight it. And Weaver sitting back behind the Disruption, not able to come out, and the Anti-Mage teleporting in with his Boots of Travel, able to do a lot of damage on this tower. And he's got a Reaver, almost has his Heart to rest right now. Meanwhile, Luna, while having to buy back, is not going to have enough money for a Battlefly anytime soon. Sitting 400 gold away from the Talisman of Evasion, but it's another 900 gold on top of that before she's able to afford the full-on Butterfly. And Anti-Mage just continuously skyrocketing in his farm. We take a look at the golden XP graphs and Puppy Paws. It's almost like a completely inverted graph, where mid or feet, actually no, mid or feet are now getting the advantage in both respects, as the graph just refreshed, and it looks like Kunkka gonna go in on this on the Weaver, drop a hit, and what will it do though? You're not gonna one-shot anyone, especially at this level. You need a few data live before you can start one-shotting people. Rather, not a few data live, a few Divine Rapiers. So all grouping up in mid, while Anti-Mage doing a split pushing game. They're gonna see what they can do. So not a lot of action going on right now, and we're gonna see that Puck gonna try to come in on this Anti-Mage, try to bait him out, but they know he's there. The Demonic Purge coming out on the Anti-Mage as he already used his Blink, his illusion, doing mana burn. No, he pops his BKB to avoid the mana burn, and he blinks himself right on now. So BKB couldn't have been more useful right then and there, as he's able to get himself out of a potentially devastating situation. And they're wasting a lot of time. Exactly what this Anti-Mage wants, exactly what their split push is leading them to believe. And right now, Puppy Paws do have some brute force, but mid or feed are out brooding them, and they're out pushing them. Luna finally picking up her Butterfly, and it looks like Weaver gonna do a little bit of damage, but the X marks the spot, gonna pull him right back on in, and the time lapse gonna put him right back into the Torrent, and then the Dream Coil gonna stun him out. Demonic Purge doing plenty of damage. He's gonna go down for 425 gold, and that's 90 seconds. Does he have buyback? No, he does not. He's 1,000 gold away from buyback. And right now, you gotta believe they're gonna push mid. You gotta believe. This is all they can do right now. Roshan not up for another 30 seconds. And they're doing it. They're going in on the mid lane. Run up the hill, pop your mana style, and try to get the racks down. That's all I can wish for you guys right now. Puck coming out, Waning Rift to the creep wave. There they go. They're coming into the wave. And the Diabolic Edict making quick work. They do have Glyph though, and they're going to pop at the last possible moment they want. No, they're just going to let the rocks fall. And Zeno getting taken down by the Hex. And then the rock being dropped but not doing enough damage. No, save that. The Anti-Mage teleporting right on in, doing plenty of damage with the Battle Fury, but he's not enough. The Luna sitting up ahead does get the Mana Void, but it isn't enough to do any real damage. And instead, the Jakiro gonna fall suit. And Luna able to take out the golems. And it looks like the second Rax gonna fall as Kunkka sitting up, trying to get the Torrent up, but he's not able to pick it up. And they gotta pick up this Rax and then back off or try to rotate into another lane. And I think they're gonna do the former. Roshan is back up. They have a wave constantly pushing in, and it looks like Puck gonna suffer some aggression right now. And the Hex gonna come out on him, gonna block all evasion. Wainingriff gonna make sure he can't fly away, and the disruption gonna put him back a little bit. And look at the mana burn on the illusions, taking him down all the way. Why is he still fighting this? He's at half health, going down heavily. He can't blink out, but no, he's able to take out the illusions. That could have been disastrous. And Kunkka taking a lot of damage. They're gonna try to go in on Roshan, but Weaver knows exactly what's going on. They have vision of it, and they're gonna back right on off. Seeing as Roshan's out of the pit, they know they left. They're gonna go run in on themselves. And so long as the Weaver isn't able to finish him off, they could very well turn this right around the Weaver. The Weaver is alone with the Warlock, and he's gonna back on out. 4 people rotating in. This is where the fight's gonna happen, guys. It's gotta happen at Roshan and Weaver going straight on in, and they're gonna get Roshan before any real aggression comes out. Luna though, trying to come in, and she picks up the cheese, and she's got cheese, she's got whatever she needs, pops it off, still gets it. Her BKB is down, and it looks like the Hex being used on the Animage. No, he's gonna go down. The Weaver dropping, using his Aegis of the Immortal. He's gonna come back, but in the middle of all of them, Ice Path not coming out in enough time. The Splitter doing plenty of damage, and Luna with her Butterfly able to dodge out most of the attacks. But Weaver turning it right on into the Kunkka, and he's able to take it out. He's also able to take out the Leshrac and finding the Shadow Demon. But it looks like Puck able to finish him off. So he does have buyback. And it looks like while all that was going on, Tier 4 tower is taking a lot of damage. Luna does not have buyback. Top, a lot of creeps up on top. This could be exactly what Puck needs. He does have his Hex, which we've noted a few times in some of these fights. How the Hex just doing so much work. Any of these fights could have gone either way if the Hex hadn't come out. But now he's got 3k gold and probably just saving for a buyback at this point. Another wave coming on in. And Weaver just trying to do what he can. But these quasi-mega creeps doing work as they're taking the wave and almost nothing. Kunkka giving himself a little bow before he teleports on up into the middle lane to push out what's already pushing. And Weaver gonna drop in on the bottom lane. So right now, as it stands, I wouldn't bet money on either team. It's too close for comfort right now, but Puppy Paws do have a clear level advantage. But if they had the level advantage, just because the Weaver's here, it ain't showing it. And in fact, he's going to be picking up an MKB very soon, and this Luna isn't going to have any real option except to go down to these auto attacks. And we're going to see that right now, as he's sitting 700 gold away. So just the farming, the passive farming game going on right now. The Rax are down on mid, while Dire losing all their towers, and here comes the boat, but it completely misses. Animage saw it coming. The X marks the spot. Gonna pull him right back into the torrent, and he's gonna be in, but he does have blink. The sun fading off right now, and he's gonna blink right on in, and he's gonna get his teleport out. 15 seconds. They should know he's still there. Drop your torrent in, no. He's gonna teleport. And he's gonna get on out of there. So, mid, gonna come under fire as all 5 want to try to get the Rax advantage back in their favor. No, Animage's gonna go right back on into the lane. And it's gonna be all 5 gonna go up with the Weaver and the double damage. This is a bait. This is a bait, and they know it. Kunkka, only one left behind. If he goes down, this could be disastrous. But he Shadow Blades out. And they're gonna assemble a full-on defense up on the top lane. And it's only time will tell whether they're able to take it out or not. And here it comes. Anti-Mage is ready. He's level 25. Weaver's ready. He's level 25. His MKB isn't coming in on the courier. In fact, it's still in at base. Mid lane, pushing in hard. If they want to make something happen, they got to make it happen quick. Anti-Mage split pushing up bottom lane. So they're not going to take on a direct fight, because they know if they get wiped, that's GG. You're good to go down the middle lane, which is already pushing, and by the time the fight would be over, the middle lane would be right around here. All you gotta do is walk straight down, and you've got Ancient. You're gonna take the game. So they know that's exactly what's gonna happen. Whether or not they win, the creeps are gonna be down there, and they're gonna be base racing for the Ancient. In fact, Kunkka sticking back, taking up the top of bottom lane of farm, clearing the entire wave in one Tidebringer. And Luna got a pair of boots of travel of her own, so she's going to be wherever the anti-mage is, and she's going to try to figure out, or she's going to try to turn the aggression right around on them, turn the split push, beat them at their own game. And when you've got heroes, though, that can 1v1 on their own relatively easily with the Auto Devourer, the Weaver, and the anti-mage, you're not going to win at split pushing. This is an incredibly split pushing lineup. Of course, you do have the slippery puck that can split push rather well. But 5 minutes left on Roshan, and both teams are just going to kind of wait it out till then. Save their next fight till then. And Luna sitting up, split pushing out on top, and the anti-mage naturally blinking back because he thinks there's no one there, but I think you're going to easily take this fight. And the ping's in on the Ancient stack. They're telling the anti-mage, come up, farm the Ancients, man. Get up your next big item. You have Heart Resk. Sell him that shield and pick up something like a Crystallis or whatnot. But he's gonna blink in, and he's gonna blink into the secret shop. And in fact, it looks like Shao Demon is gonna find him out. He is gonna get the demonic purge on him, and then the disrupt comes out with the soul catcher, but he BKBs on out of it. That's before any mana illusions happen to him. With the BKB, the X marks the spot, isn't gonna do anything. And split pushing up the lanes. Middle lane already pushing in hard. All they need to do is split push top and bottom with an equal distribution of heroes, and you're gonna do okay in these fights. Sitting at 58 minutes. 58 minutes. The score is 33 to 50. But the XP and gold graphs not really recognizing that as gold sitting within 2,500. XP though wildly in favor of Puppy Paws. As we look at the hero levels. And it's 2 25s on Radiant, a 20, a 16, and an 18. Meanwhile, Puppy Paws have 2 25s, a 24, a 21, and a 19. And in fact, all of them are going to come up in the middle lane. Puck gonna get spotted out. No, he's not. In fact, it's going to be the Kunkka, the one to fall. They do have a Gem of True Sight, so they see him, but Kunkka able to walk back with the puck. Getting the Waning Rift off the gem. Making sure he's able to not do much. Does he have a blink? He does have a blink. He's going to get on out of there. The Arcano is doing plenty of damage. The Shadow Poison keeping the anti-mage back a little bit. The boat gonna come out, but is gonna miss. And meanwhile, the lane is pushing in. So they don't have any creeps, even if they were able to get a few kills. Anti-mage gonna go ahead and push in bottom, and the rest of the team gonna go take on this huge stack of creeps in the mid lane. And Puppy Paws just playing the turtle game. They know. Wait it out. Force them to take a bad team fight. When you wipe them, you go in, you take another set of racks, or you just go for the GG. As you've got one lane that's perpetually pushing in, and unless the mid lane is the one that they're pushing, you got free roam to do whatever you want. And it looks like Luna doing just that. Keep pushing waves out. Make sure that at least one wave is at their base by the time they take a bad team fight. Roshan coming up in just under 2 minutes. And right as I say that, the pop-up comes up. Perfect timing here. I'm enjoying this. And I'm excited. I'm on the edge of my seat right now. Even though it's low in the action, even though it's very passive right now. This game going either way. And only time will tell. But just as I say that, it looks like Anti-Mage gonna blink right in onto this Leshrac, get the Mana Void, but it's not gonna do enough damage. He's gonna blink on out of there. Puck doing plenty of damage. The Weaver actually taking out a lot, but the boat hits on the Weaver, hits on the Animage, and they get the Hex in on the Golems, doing a lot of damage. And the Yule Scepter bringing the Luna out of the fight, but Kunkka picking up 2 kills with his Tidebringer, and Puck able to drop down the Odal Devourer. No, Shadow Demon able to do it. And it looks like Kunkka gonna pick up a triple kill, and this is exactly what they want. Wave pushing it hard. They're gonna have direct access to this base. 1 Tidebringer, the Wave's down. Roshan's up in a minute, but they don't care. They're going for it. 4 heroes down. Do we have buybacks? We have no buybacks. They can do whatever they want. Animage, the only one left, and taking a lot of damage from the Tidebringer. 1 Manta Style coming out. They're going straight on it. They have the Glyph. Animage needs to defend this, but he doesn't have anything to defend with. And it looks like 1 tier 4 tower is down. Another tier 4 tower soon to follow. Animage blinking in, trying to do what he can, but taking too much damage. He gets hexed down, and he goes down in his own. It's 5 men down, and the Ancient's under fire. Guys, I think this is it. Ancient, half, quarter, the GGs have been thrown. Mid or feed. Taking game 1, but not able to secure game 2. And this game going the way of Puppy Paws. Very well played by both teams. I could not have told you 5 minutes ago who was going to win. But it looks like we know now. Guys, you've been listening to Chicago Ted casting this lovely Friday night, bringing to you a great game with the help of Sir Rabbit Koala on the stats. Join me again tomorrow for a few more games. I will see you all soon. This is Reddit Dota 2 League.